been a while. Okay. As you can see, I did have some previous builds that are now other shit, but I've returned to Deepwoken after a long time. Very long time. In fact, I'm returning to YouTube after a long time. So I had some other hobbies that I was doing, you know, instead of YouTube, you feel me, that I was getting into. But we back now. I was rolling for this rare race. I ain't gonna lie, I was on my last bit of Roblox that I was gonna spend on Roblox, bro. And I managed to get, I think this is the best race in the game, bro. I like the idea of the mode, you know. It's meant for like those PvP tryhards who like the, you know, Dark Souls and all that stuff. And I like the updates that they did, like making the gates like open to everyone everywhere, right? So once you unlock it one time, you don't have to go back. But there's still a few things I like to discuss about it. The first thing I want to discuss is, I don't know why there's a depths in this. I mean, I guess it's Deepwoken, so they added depths to it just to add depths to it. But I don't see a reason why there's depths, because most of the player base are not going to be going up the elevator. But even if they do, bro, even if they do, like, I just don't see the point in adding that. What they should do is just add like 2 surface lives, right? Instead of making like depths. The depths only exists to just be annoying, right? Like what a memory shard does, it gives you a backup life, right? I feel like after you die that time, you should be cool, and and it should just give you a second life, like how your Deepwoken bar like changes. I'm sure you've seen it before. It's like how your Deepwoken bar changes to become a darker, or was it a lighter? I forgot how this game works, but I feel like it should be like a different thing here, right? And what I believe should happen is they should add like a reason to like PvP, like this a PvP, and do missions more, like, because nobody's doing missions. They're going straight to Primadon, defeating Primadon, going straight to each location and going straight to the boss. Like, that's just annoying and is repetitive, and it just makes, so what I think they should do is get rid of the depths, bro. There's no reason to have that other than white people. I feel like the only time you should get sent to the depths is after you beat the boss and you need to do the immunity fight, and even then there should be like some kind of statue. What's that one place from the base game? I forgot, it's temple. It was that little temple that was up in the mountains of Miniaturicia, or I don't know how to say that shit. I still don't know how to say that shit. Previously I didn't know how to say that shit. I feel like they should add a temple there. You interact with a statue or some shit and you can fight the boss there, right? I feel like they should do that. And I feel like taking like, they should add like a system to increase like PvP. I know this is supposed to be a PvE mode, but they could add some like Phoenix down type of thing. You could do missions to get those Phoenix down to revive your health bar back, right? So there could be memory shards, which give you a second life in boss fights, and then they should make the bar just change colors, right, when you're on your second life. But you can go out your way to find like these things. That way you don't have to reprogress, and it actually gives them something more to do other than just sending them straight to the depths, doing another boss inside the depths on the 1v1, and most likely just wiping. I mean, unless you're good at the game, but even if you're good, I feel like they should just add that instead of, you know, annoying every player with sending them to the depths, because every player is not going to be with that shit. And in fact, that might just make them quit alone how it is, bro. So, like, with the flash, my nigga, I ain't gonna lie, do you realize in these Souls games, the flash is instant. It doesn't take time to drink the fucking flash, bro. Like, it should be instant. Now I understand inside the fight with fucking the Rat King, like, you're not supposed to heal, I guess. I guess that's what's supposed to happen, but at least increase like the time in which it takes to like take this shit, right? Another thing with this that I need to like talk about, like, I feel like in the end, you know, you do wipe to regen after you beat the regen boss, right? So there's really no point in doing that unless you want to like keep your build and stay level 20. Like, there's no point of you fighting regen, or you're just gonna like fucking lose your build in the end. And I guess you unlock a new memento, but I mean, at what cost, bro? At what cost, to be honest with you? There's really no point in doing all that. Like, at that point, you should just like, It's just play the base game at that point. Like the only thing you're missing out on is these races and shit. So like you know how there's, where the fuck is it, Song Seekers, and then you know that one dude that's at the side of the little fucking castle thing that gives you a fucking chime. Like, add chime to them motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie, add chime to here. Add chime to here so niggas like they can play on their little builds. Like, I know obviously like this race would be a problem in chime. So this what you do, bro. You change what retrograde does, right? You change that shit for chime. Like, instead of like having it as like a reverse time thing, like it doesn't reverse HP, but it reverse every other stat like armor, ether, and all that. That way it's a little bit more balanced, you feel me? Your posture, it'll reverse all that, but it doesn't reverse HP inside chime, bro. Now outside of chime, of course, let that shit reverse HP still, bro. But that's something they can do, bro, just to make this funner. I mean, every fucking class, bro, is just hit. So, except the fucking rifle class, bro. I think it needs a little bit more diversities in these classes. Like, I want to see a class that's like, it makes you like change your playstyle entirely, you feel me? Like, I like the idea of that one class where you just get a bunch of dodges, like your parries turns to dodges. That's also what I mean about playstyles is like they can add like different status effects in this mode. Like inside Deepwoken, bro, they had like a status effect like poison. Like, you know how they got like rot shit, they had different like status effects that do different things inside the game that could just add like more diversity inside the game entirely, right? I feel like they can add some shit like that. That way it changes up playstyle and versatility inside the game. It makes it funner. People like to experiment with these type of builds. Like, it adds like a whole different dynamic to shit, right? Like how they got Iron Seeing. Imagine like a playstyle like with Iron Seeing and is putting rods in them slowly, and over time that rod pop. Like, people be like, oh, what if I can find a way to make these rods do a bunch of damage, bro? Like, just ways to do that. Like, you know, to add status effects to bosses, to make some shit. You might can even make more bosses in the game entirely and add more status effects to those, like that those bosses do. Like, you can have a boss that does poison damage, or a boss that does like all these different status effects. Maybe bleed. You can have some of the weapons do bleed damage. Like, and then you can even add that, you can implement that to PvP too. Like, some points, some status effects inside that. You can like add like I mean, you don't even have to add it to the weapons themselves. You could just make it so you could like take like a crystal and add it to like on top of your weapon, and just add status effects upon hit with those weapons. You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like in Elden Ring, like, bro, that just adds like a whole nother dynamic. Like, that adds like, you don't know how much that would change about Viral Iron entirely. Like, it'll make people play style change, it'll make it a little bit more funner, it'll add more content to it, bro. You feel me? Like, you could do shit like that, bro. Other thing, bro, like they just need to add more to it, bro. It feels like it's just, I know it's supposed to be like some kind of story mode shit, but like, I feel like, bro, you can't add a story mode to Deepwoken, bro. You gotta add more to it, bro, because eventually, I'm gonna be honest with you, this shit gonna die off, bro. People gonna be like, oh, okay, I got these mementos, I got this, I got that. There's really no point in me playing this mode anymore, because there literally isn't. You should just play base game at that point, like, because you literally don't get the choice of making your own build already. That alone is like what Deepwoken is about, making a build and fighting with that build and having fun with that build, experimenting with different builds. But with this mode, no, you get a preset build, bro. So after you like do all these preset builds, you know, like, what's really the point? You already fought like all these bosses with different builds, so now it just becomes boring to fight them with other builds. Eventually you're gonna just get bored. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna fight them with this build instead. I'm gonna fight them with the fucking the seer thing where you can't see. You'll fight them with that. You'll fight them with drifter. You'll fight them with that, and then you go be like, no, low key, I fought this boss enough time. This shit is getting mad boring now. Like, because the ending is always the same, bro. That's the thing. Their ending is always the same, and that's why it gets boring. Like, you're not experimenting. You're not doing this and that. It just becomes boring eventually in the end, bro. Like, I understand like the incentive at the start, that shit is gonna be fun, but eventually it's gonna be boring. Like, there's gonna be no point in doing that, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now, bro. Like, all these YouTubers like Vert, Super, after they beat this last boss, bro, they might play it a few more times with different classes, but then they're gonna get bored, bro. Like, if they even beat fucking Legend. I don't know if it's possible yet. I saw a clip of a dude beating it, but like, I don't even know if that shit real at this point, bro. Like, and then look, and then he gotta enter the boss fight, right? This is the problem, bro. He fight the boss, right? Get killed one time, get killed a second time, go get a revive, spinning Robux, come back, he fight the boss again, die again, and now his whole build is white, and now he gotta progress all the way from the very start, and now he gotta fight all 3 of the bosses again, and then do the same thing just to die to Lord Regin again. That's the balance with Souls games. They give you the ability to learn a boss at a rapid pace. That way you're constantly fighting the boss over and over and over and over again. But you can't add that with Deepwoken progression, bro. Because the second you add progression to that shit, bro, it's just become an annoyance to you, bro. It just becomes an annoyance. There's no like, it just becomes an annoyance, bro. The thing with Lord Regin is if you lose to him, you wipe, my nigga. You don't get sent to the depths and you don't get to do another trial to get out of the depths. No, nigga, you wipe, and that's the problem, bro. You wipe entirely. Like no mentally stable person, bro, is gonna do that over and over and over, bro. Like, that shit is annoying as shit, bro. I feel like the only thing they're like trying to just the whole entire point of Vile Iron is it's literally to do exactly what the YouTubers are doing now. Is to make them niggas come back thinking, whoa, there's new content, there's a new game mode, we're gonna have fun in this game, just to repeat the same process over and over and over, my nigga. And it's like not fun at all, bro. It's not fun, bro. It's just repetitive, and that's the point of a game, to have fun, bro. And it's Souls games, bro. Like, I'm even having fun on them. Like, even if you catch me raging in the Souls game, bro, I'm still having fun at the end of the day, because I'm not fucking having to reprogress my entire build each time I lose in a Souls game, bro. Like, I understand there's only 4 bosses, so wow. But if you like sitting there have to reprogress like each time, that's like annoying. I feel like once you like either you beat the boss one time or you get to like interact with the boss at all. Like, if you beat, like, let's say you beat fucking, or you go to Shogun and you fight him once, I feel like you should like make him be able to spawn that shit in combat training. That way they can actually train for the boss, right? Or if you made it to Lord Regent, right, and you dotted a nigga, like, make it so you can fight that nigga in combat training, bro. Just a way to like repeat that like sequence of fighting that dude, bro. Because nobody feels like reprogressing that shit over and over and over again. Like, the only reason they do it is because they have an audience to do it with, bro. They have an audience to do it for, bro. So, like, I understand this shit supposed to be a PvE experience at the end of the day. But Deepwoken is a PvE experience with PvP inside of it, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, that just makes the PvE experience fun. When there's PvP inside of the PvE experience, bro, it's like it's both at the same time, bro. It's not strictly PvP inside of it. You already got bosses inside of the base game, bro. They're not as difficult, and you don't wipe, my nigga. You don't wipe over every time you do it, and there's no preset build. You can experiment, my nigga. You can experiment with whatever you want, and there's no problem with that, bro. So yeah, bro, I might do a video on this mode. I don't know, bro. Like, I really want to wait until they like do some changes with this shit, because I'm gonna be real with you, bro, there's really no incentive in me playing this mode for real. It don't seem fun to me. So yeah, hey, it's your boy, friend. I'm out there.